Can you believe there's only 2 months left of 2024? Because I can't. But regardless if we can accept or not that 2024 is about to end, we just need to plan for the best month of November we can potentially have. My name is Carla, this is Our with Katie. Welcome to the channel. When is time going? Like, how are things happening so fast, so sudden? I know that sometimes we don't perceive time the same way. For some people, like time flies, and for some others, time's just super slow. I don't know how this being has been for you, and hopefully it's been full of blessings and, good things and, things that are good for you, because I just wish you that every single day of every single year, regardless of where it is, when it is, and whatnot, because I honestly do. And I just realized that it's just 2 months left. It's November and December, and then we have a whole new year. I haven't done a getting ready for 2025. Like, I haven't done it. Are you interested in that video? Because we could plan for, start the following year, but I'm just getting ahead. If you like to have a getting our bullet journals ready video for 2025, we can do so, because why not? Although today we're here to plan for November, and since I was doing last month's Plan With Me video in October, in which I used Disney villains as my main theme, I was thinking of November, because I don't know, that's what I do. I start planning ahead, like a lot, sometimes too much. But anyway, I was thinking about what to do and what not, because I don't know, I was just brainstorming about what themes we could have, and then I usually go back and see what I've done in previous years. And to my surprise, in November I also mostly do Mexican art, which I thought I was only doing in September. Interesting, right? But anyway, I have one that is one of my most popular videos, which is tiles, Mexican tiles. I had lots of fun with that one, and it's like the first November I ever planned here in the channel, and I hope you've seen it, and I'm gonna leave the link here if you're interested, because again, it's not like visual arts, plastic arts. It's more of a, and I can't remember the word, but it's something that you have that's utilitarian art might be the word, because it's not something that you can use or display. It's just something that has a use for you, in this case in your house. Tiles, have a place in our houses for a reason, but you just make it beautiful and attractive. So again, I was proud of that theme back then, because it's something that you need and you can make beautiful at the same time. And my bullet journal that month was inspired in tiles. The following year I did Aztec art. Since I was younger, I'm thinking middle school, I used to do this like Aztec sun kind of thing in my notebooks, and I thought it was really cool and original. Although it wasn't really like an Aztec sun, it was more like a yin yang sort of thing, and I just complemented it with different layers and layers, and then I had the thing, like the big Aztec sun-like thingy in my, I guess, of my own design. And I just thought that would be fun, because I didn't know a lot about Aztec art, although we did study it at school. But when you're young, sometimes you don't pay a lot of attention, although I was inspired by it for my bullet journal, and I think it came out really, really nice. Then of course I had to do a theme, inspired in Day of the Dead, because November 1st and 2nd have to do the Day of All Souls and the Day of the Dead. So I had to have that in my bullet journal somehow, and I was just so happy to be able to, in a way, use all the inspiration there into the bullet journal. And it was also tied up with my admiration and love for Catrinas. And I did that year a cover of a Catrina that, by the way, my mom stole so fast, and it's there in her living room, and I'm so proud of it, because I always wanted to do a really nice Catrina. And I think that one came like really nice and cool, and yeah, I'm proud of that one, and I hope you've seen it, because I think it's one of my best bullet journal themes ever. Alongside with last year, which I really enjoyed and like and love, which was Mexican flowers. It was just so lovely and so, I don't know, like clean and joyful and so very Mexican. And I think regardless if you know a lot about Mexican art or not, I think you can enjoy it. But when I saw these themes, I'm like, oh God, I didn't know that actually I've done only Mexican art in November. So why should I just change it this year? I think I should follow through and see what Mexican art inspired things I can do in my bullet journal. But then I was like, okay, I've done Catrina sort of because of Day of the Dead, and I've done tiles, and I thought of Talavera, and I want to do something with Talavera, but potentially it'll be in another year, because this year I wanted something a bit practical and colorful and that you might enjoy. And I thought of things that we used to decorate our altars, nuestros altares de muertos, the altars that we use on Day of the Dead. And one of the things we use to do that is papel picado. It's like, I guess, decorative paper. And it's one of those things that when you're younger, you try to do on your own, like you fold the paper and you try to cut it different ways and let's see what comes out. And I thought it was so nice and relaxing, and you could actually use it to decorate. But now technology has taken it to, I don't know, like steps far away from that, and there's actually people that do art out of those papers that we cut out and whatnot. And I just, again, it's paper, but it's such a fantastic way to recreate art, not only in Mexico, but I've seen artists around the world that do portraits, that do landscapes, and do so many wonderful things out of cutting paper. It just baffles me and it blows my mind, and I want to use them as inspiration in my bullet journal. Of course, it's gonna be sort of like a Mexican November papel picado sort of thing, and I'm gonna be talking to you a little bit of what papel picado is, which is, you know, decorative paper, and how it comes to be and how we use it in our lives in Mexico, again for decorative purposes during the month of November. So hopefully that sounds interesting to you. I don't know exactly at this point how I'm gonna make it work, but I'll see a way to make it work, because yeah, I think it's gonna be something different that's gonna be attractive, and also it's gonna be looking amazing in our bullet journals. So anyway, let's just get started. Remember that if you're here just to hang out, you might want to have something to drink, something to snack on, because why not? Let's just have some fun. And if you're here to plan with me, we're gonna be using markers, fine liners, and of course a trusty bullet journal, and I'll be showing you the materials we'll use at the beginning of the video. So let's just do it, and I'll see you at the end of the video. And before we begin, let me show you the materials we'll be using this month. My favorite watercolors of all time, the Koi, in a new set that I'm excited to try out. I've only swatched them, so bear with me. Some acrylic markers that I got from Temu, and my bullet journal. I should be reviewing these markers soon enough, but let's live in hope. As you know, time hasn't been on my side as of late, which is why I haven't even started the illustration for this month. Thankfully, my son did have a class in which he had to do a Katrina. On his own words, this is a Cubist Katrina, and he let me use it for my calendar. Sadly, I cannot extend this gift to you, but I chose something from Pexels so that you can have your own calendar, and as you know, you can download it in the description box. Now, as I work on the layouts of my bullet journal, let's learn a bit about papel picado. Papel picado literally means sponge or perforated paper. This traditional cut paper folk art is found throughout Mexico and the former colonies of Spain, as well as in the folk traditions of many other countries. In Mexico, the art has reached a pinnacle of expression, and it's present at every major holiday in the form of brightly colored strings of cut tissue paper banners strung under the portals of homes and across the narrow streets of colonial villages. Banners of Papel Picado are charming announcements bearing messages of topics both sacred and profane. The materials of Papel Picado are ephemeral. Papel Picado banners will disintegrate in less than a month if left out in the sun, wind, and rain. Therefore, a few historic examples of this folk art exist. The Mexican art of paper cutting is a marvelous synthesis of European, Asian, and pre-Columbian artistic traditions. Now, you will not find Papel Picado on every Mexican home because honestly, it doesn't happen like that. But some people that choose to follow certain traditions may have them, especially in colonial traditional cities, smaller cities, and major important venues. Papel Picado is most commonly used for Dia de los Muertos, but some other national holidays such as the Mexican independence, some religious festivities, street parties, weddings, birthday parties, and basically any holiday that people want to, since Papel Picado is not exclusive to any holiday or tradition. The history of this decorative paper can be traced back to pre-Hispanic Mexico. The Aztecs would utilize a paper made of the bark of mulberry and fig trees, called amatl, to make flags and banners, used to adorn homes, streets, and temples, just as Papel Picado is used in Mexico today. This practice evolved when the Spanish came to Mexico, introducing many foreigner products and goods to the region, tissue paper among them. Fun fact is that tissue paper is referred as papel de China in Mexico, which translates as paper from China. With these new products, artisans began to apply this ancient art form to a new material. And thus, Papel Picado became the quintessential decoration we know it as today. As you have may notice, my watercolors and the acrylic markers have been working wonderfully in my journal. This journal, by the way, is by artist Loft, and it has a very good quality and it's very resilient paper. However, the white acrylic marker hasn't impressed me that much since it's not really covering the mistakes that I make. Just an FYI, since so far I've been really enjoying how they perform. Now, regarding designs for Papel Picado, the possibilities are endless. From classic figures such as flowers, angels, crosses, skeletons, and skulls, to famous figures and icons such as Frida Kahlo, La Virgen de Guadalupe, Our Lady of Guadalupe, our famous luchadores, Mexican wrestlers, to our names, company logos. Honestly, sky's the limit. You can bear just about any image or text that you can think of. You might be wondering, where is Papel Picado made? Which is in the state of Puebla in central Mexico, not very far away from Mexico City. There you will find a small city called San Salvador Huijotla, which is considered the birthplace of Papel Picado. It was there that artisans first began carving out Papel Picado banner designs on tissue paper, a practice that eventually spread to the rest of Mexico in the 20th century. These days, San Salvador Huijotla is home to the largest amount of Mexican paper flag crafters, followed by the rest of the state of Puebla and Mexico City. Okay, great, but how is it made? It is easy to recognize a true work of handmade Papel Picado art, as designs are masterfully crafted, bearing one-of-a-kind images and signature artisans' embellishments, making expert use of the elements of art such as balance and negative space. Artisans first create their designs on a plastic template. It is then placed over a stack of as many as 50 to 100 sheets of tissue paper, or sheets of plastic, metallic foil, or any other material, for which the artisan cuts out the design using chisel from the collection of hundreds of different shapes and sizes, push and cutting into the layers below with a hammer. It's a process that requires plenty of patience and dedication. Being able to see an artist at work in any medium, even in Papel Picado, is truly a sight to behold. Photo Memories layout. And this month is probably my favorite layout, of all of them. I honestly love how it came to be. I love the colors. And it just makes me feel, I don't know, this is everything that I wanted to portray. But it's technically not the best achieved at all. If you're an artist, you know what I'm talking about. If you're not an artist, basically, there's this little thing called vanishing points. And I thought that it was really ready for me to color, and honestly, it was just a draft in which I just, hand drew some buildings without ever touching a ruler. And I noticed it too late, so I just worked with what I had, and hopefully you'll like it. And in a way, it's a shame because I really like how it came to be, but it bothers me to no end that I see that everything's, crooked. But anyway, this is an example of how you can decorate not only your home, but even the streets with Papel Picado. You can basically hang it anywhere. You can decorate walls, you can span it across an open overhead space like a ceiling, the street, or an aisle. The colorful rows of banners can either be all mixed, creating a wild, fun look, or the rows can be hung with the colors in each row matching up in consecutive lines, which also looks very striking. Papel Picado can also be hung up in a tight circular shape over a dance floor, for example, creating an amazing, vibrant circular ceiling of color, with the different bands of color made up with the concentric rows of the same color flags, which will add a totally unique design to your dance floor or a whole venue. If you're wondering if Papel Picado symbolizes anything, it's gonna depend on the holiday. During the Day of the Dead, Papel Picado symbolizes the fragility of life. I think I explained this on my previous monthly planning in which I did Dead of the Day. In this case, the holes in the paper I believe to allow souls to travel and visit. But again, it's gonna vary depending on the celebration. There's also some meaning for colors. For example, traditionally during the Day of the Day celebration, orange could signify mourning, blue was for those who drowned, yellow was for the elderly deceased, and green for those who die young. I think that most of the time, and this is my case, I just choose the paper because of its beauty and colors. And I only using during the Day of the Dead when we do an altar de muertos at school. In my mom's neighborhood, for example, like the neighbors get together and do one for whoever wants to participate. And if you're wondering how we put it up there, well, just like with any other garland. Lots of extra string at each end for tying, and there's also ways to make sure that it won't fall. For example, either take the end of the string and tie it in a loose knot around anything available, or wrap the string around an M3 command decorating clip. Wrap twice around a piece of clear strong cellophane stuck to a wall, and even you can tie it to a tack nail into the wall. I prefer to use a very strong tape and a lot of loose string. And just have fun and feel proud of your decorations. And this is what we created together this month. Papel Picado are amazingly versatile decorations that can be used in any kind of event. One of the best things about Papel Picado is how you can customize them to your liking. You have the freedom to really be creative and make your own personal, unique event decor with your own color selection, your own flag designs, your choice in length, and custom made to your personal taste. Thank you so much for joining me today. Thank you so much for joining me in one more video. As always, I'm so glad and feel so grateful and blessed that I can share this with you month after month. If you like this video, thanks for giving me a thumbs up. Please share this video with someone that you think might like it, might appreciate it, might be interested, and might learn something new from it. And of course, if you're not subscribed, consider subscribing. It doesn't cost you a thing. And here every month I try to share with you a little bit of art, a little bit of bullet journaling, productivity, and even sometimes I share with you supplies and art tips and whatnot. Let me know in the comments if there's anything else that you'd like for me to share with you through my videos, because I'm always open to suggestions. And also, if you have an idea for December, let's hear about it. Thank you so much again for joining me, and I'll be seeing you in my next video. And in the meantime, keep creative, keep safe, and always be kind, and I'll see you soon. Bye! Please like and share my video, and don't forget to subscribe to my channel. See you next time!